Hello, world, once again. I know it's been a while, but today I'm going to be telling you guys a story about why letting go saved me. Now, for those of you that struggle with, letting go, that's a very understandable thing to suffer from. A lot of people have times of letting go, hard times of letting go of certain things. For example, if you're in a relationship, you're having a hard time letting go of that girl or guy or whatever, it could hurt. At the end of the day, it holds a special place in your heart. Letting go of certain things. For example, I'm going to give you a big example. Alcohol. A lot of people are alcoholics. A lot of people love alcohol. But they have to let it go because if they don't, it's going to damage them even more. So, this is going to be my personal experience. Sorry, I got a piece of hair in my mouth. This is going to be my personal experience about how letting go has saved me. So those of you that know me on a personal basis know that I really love going to Miami. Now, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but there are many reasons why I go to Miami. Number 1, business. Number 2, education. Number 3, opportunity. Number 4, housing. I could keep going on. Miami is like that American dream for me. Nice lifestyle, nice environment. I have people down there in Miami that I have friends there. You know what I mean? Just opportunity. I live in New York. I live in a shithole. And it's my personal opinion. There's a lot of people who love New York and say that they love living here. Me, I think New York is equivalent to hell. And that's just my personal opinion. So, why am I talking about this? And why is this important to letting go? Because, number 1, I don't have enough money to go to Florida every month, or Miami specifically every month. Number 2, I have to live in my current circumstance. Yeah, it's going to be very painful. And like I said, that's the whole point of letting go. I mean, letting go of something temporary can be good things, you know? But letting go of something permanently can also mean a good thing, but regardless of whether or not, it always is going to hurt, no matter what. For me, I had to let go of this temporary dream. I go to college in New York. I work in New York. I live in New York. It's really hard for me to relocate to Florida and to live that happy life and that happy paradise that I ever so dream of. So I think it's in my best interest to let go for now. Like I said, it hurts. It really does hurt me because it holds a special place in my heart. I'm not going to be able to enjoy the sunshine, the palm trees, the beach, whatever it is. Even though I don't want to specifically live in Miami, I would just prefer to live somewhere where there's a higher quality of life. Again, I'm not trying to make this a persuasive video about why New York is a terrible shithole to live in. Because there's people who live in New York and have a great life. For me, that's not my personal preference. So, enough about the Miami stuff. Let me give you another examples of my personal experiences why letting go saved me. For example, one of my old videos, Serbian Love Story. I dated this one girl in Bosnia. I found out she had a boyfriend. I let go. It didn't hurt so much because I didn't really care that much. But I understand why it could hurt to some people because you develop feelings, you develop attraction, you develop empathy, you develop all these certain emotions for that one person. So letting go is obviously going to be hard. But you have to learn to let go when it's going to help you the most. Best example I could think of, alcohol. There's so many people addicted to alcohol. They suffer without even knowing it. And in their heads, alcohol is like their coping mechanism. They drink to feel happy. They drink to feel less depressed. They drink for God knows whatever reasons, you know? Just to cope. At the end of the day, you're going to have to give it up because it's a bad habit. There are many risks with alcohol. Cancer, cirrhosis of the liver, stomach ulcers, and the list goes beyond, even with relationship issues and stuff. So at the end of the day, my advice to you guys all is just to learn how to let go properly and how to do it safely. Now, and that's a very complicated thing for me to say, how to let go safely. Because a lot of you guys in circumstances, there's very, very, very big things to let go. For example, somebody I know, their mom told them that they regret they were ever born. How are they going to let go of the bond that they had with their mother and the mother's bond with their son/daughter? I regret you were ever born. That's a very powerful thing to say to your own son or child or daughter. It's a very powerful thing to say, and it's going to damage that relationship heavy. So, in the child's perspective, how are they going to let go of that bond properly? Move out of the house if they rely on their parent? Who knows? You're just going to have to learn how to let go properly. And it's going to hurt at first. I know it's a pretty heavy example for me to bring up, but for my best advice for someone in that situation, I think you should move out of the house as quickly as possible. Because number one, you don't want to be in that toxic environment of just being berated, whatever it is, from your own parent, you know? If my mother, and keep in mind, I love my mother with all my heart. I mean that with everything. I mean that on God's soul. I love my mother so much. But if she were to ever say something like that to me, I would be long gone. That's for sure. And that's the healthy part about letting go. It's to learn that letting go can help in that long run. If you have someone holding you back, for a prime example, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, doesn't want you to go to school, doesn't want you to do things that make you a better person in life. I know one girl whose boyfriend doesn't want her to major in business because he prefers her to go into psychology or to nursing. You can make so much money and bread in business. Business management, financial advisor, banker, stockbroker. The list goes beyond what the business major, man. Business management, you get to do so much in the business degree. So for you to tell your girlfriend, oh, go do dentistry, go do nursing, go do psychology. What's the point? Oh God, here we go with this fridge. Hold on, give me a moment. Alright, well I'm back. So, as I was saying, you gotta learn to let things go in order to properly live your life for your own benefit. It might sound selfish, but there's certain things that aren't selfish to let go of. Like, for example, alcohol. Again, I'm beating a dead horse. But letting go of alcohol helps you in the long term. It helps your relationships. It helps everything. Just drugs in general. Well, in fact, I'm leaving this on camera. I have to kick this stupid fridge so I could shut up. I'm ruining my goddamn video. So anyways, as I was saying, that's my advice for y'all. Learning how to let go, it could really help a lot. For my personal experience, I had to let go of Miami. I had to let go of relationships, even though it was damaging to my health. Even though it was damaging to my emotional health, I still let go. Because at the end of the day, in the long term, it's going to help me the most. That's all that matters. If you can let go of $1,000 and that $1,000 becomes $10,000, then it was most definitely worth it in the long run. If you can let go of that 7 out of 10 girl that you have and you get a 10 out of 10 girl in the long run, it was most definitely worth it. At least I'm assuming it was. Anyways, that was my advice for y'all. Just so y'all know, I'm currently under the influence while I was making this video, so if it doesn't perform well, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is a video for just advice. I love y'all. I hope you guys take my advice the right way, and I wish you guys all the best. And This is Edwin Moser, Edwin Dervick, clocking out.